and I was used to seeing him be at the shelter. He loves to go out for his walks when we get there in the morning and take them outside, and he's really excited to see you. He's learned a lot of manners at the shelter, learned how to be more of a well-behaved dog, but he does still like to give gentle hugs every once in a while, and he's hugging me pretty tight right now. So.
Yeah. I'll definitely imagine the new environment might be causing him a little bit of stress.
Yeah. Or he just taking advantage of the opportunity to be a lap baby.
Yeah, definitely a good opportunity for that. Nice and low for that.
Yeah.
Now, you're actually part of the Humane Society of McDonough County, and I actually think I saw a Facebook post recently talking about how full the shelter is starting to get.
Yes. We've had so many dogs, or the shelter has had so many dogs come in just recently. We were down to around 15 or 16, and all of a sudden there's constantly dogs in the drop-off pen. Right now we've got 20 puppies. One litter of 11 were left in the drop-off pen, and then there was another dog brought in with week-old babies, 6 or 7, and then we've got 2 of Lulus there, so that makes the numbers increase quite a bit.
Mm-hmm, definitely a packed house going on.
But great dogs. We have all kinds of different breeds, sizes, shapes, ages, temperaments.
Well, we've been seeing a few of them pop around the community lately, kind of visiting people and businesses and just getting used to new faces.
Yeah. It's a thing we just started to get people who don't normally come during the weekdays to walk the dogs, but come on Saturday mornings to take the dogs out and about to businesses around the square or to Spring Lake or to Veterans Park, just for a field trip.
Absolutely,
And they so much enjoy it.
Oh yeah, well, it definitely helps get them a little bit more used to people, because I know a lot of them can spend that much time in a shelter, they might, forget how to interact.
Yeah. Or they just get so used to their dog walkers that are every day with them, there with them, that it's nice to meet new people, see new faces, and have something different to do, new smells and new sights.
Well, and even just enjoy this nice weather we've been having.
Right. That's right.
And actually with that, because I know that, like you had talked about a bunch of puppies ending up at the shelter, it's a really good mark for people. If you definitely don't want puppies, getting your pets spayed or neutered is definitely a thing to do.
Oh, it is. It's critical. It's a responsible pet owner thing to do for both your cats and your dogs. Get them fixed. We don't want to see homeless animals. Whether they're cats living on the streets or dogs that are dumped at the shelter or trying to survive on the streets, it's not fair. It's not a humane thing to do. So spay and neutering is critical.
And even then, it can go a long way into helping extend the life of your friend, too.
Absolutely.
Now, Piper here, like I said, he's a black lab, probably a little mix in him.
Yeah, I would say. I don't know what the white comes from, but...
A little bit of white, yeah, there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can tell he's definitely a loving type. Maybe a little shy at first, but it takes a little bit for a dog to warm up. I think you're saying, 3 days or so to really kind of acclimate
to a new home or a new environment. But you get him outside at the shelter and he's ready to take a walk. He loves being around other dogs. He's very dog friendly and very people friendly and meeting new people. So he's not shy that way. I don't know. I think he's just taking the opportunity to hug because I'm sitting here.
Sure.
You're a lover, aren't you?
Well, the good news is he's definitely up for adoption. He should already be through the process.
Actually, he has to be fixed yet.
Oh, okay.
But as soon as somebody had their name in for him, they could get him into the vet and get him fixed, get him up to date on his shots, and the regular fee for that adoption fee would be $145. But right now, because there are so many dogs and we're sponsoring some, so they would be down to maybe $50. Saturday, the regular business or visiting hours are 10 to 12. But a couple of us, or at least 2 of us, are going to be there to help with meet and greet and bringing dogs outside so people can see them and have opportunity. It's been crazy at the shelter right now with people coming to visit, which is great. It's good crazy. It's good crazy, but
yeah,
sometimes it takes more volunteers and staff to be there at the right time. So.
Definitely more opportunities for animals to find good homes.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And of course, the first step into adopting Piper here or any of the other pets at the shelter is getting that application started. Now, I will have it pinned to the article down at the bottom so it's easy to access, or you can copy paste it from the Animal Shelter's Facebook page. Definitely get that started. You'll need a recommendation from a vet and a non-friend person.
Or a non-friend. If you don't have a veterinarian
Mm-hmm.
that they could call or get a letter from, then it would be a professional reference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely get that started, and that'll free you up to adopt any of the pets at the shelter, really.
Now, if you rent rather than have your own home, you would also have to have permission from your landlord to bring a cat or a dog into the premises.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that is, like I said, that's the first step. I would also recommend going out to the shelter and spending some time and see who you gel with. I mean, maybe Piper looks like a nice guy, but maybe he's not your guy.
Right. Yeah, I would almost, if it's possible, recommend coming out for 2 or 3 times and visiting with a dog that might be of interest to you, just to get them acquainted with you, familiar with your scent, your habits, and then they'd be more comfortable going home with you.
Oh yeah, first impressions are important, but they're not everything.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely come out there, spend some time. There are plenty of cats as well. They got them at Pet Supplies Plus, as well as the Crafty Coop hanging out there.
Yeah, which is lovely that they do that.
You can spend some time with them there. I think Lars has got a few dogs he's still working on kind of reacquainting, kind of rehabilitating.
He's had some dogs from Epitome lately, and then we have one foster dog with him, April.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be giving them to him all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to overwhelm him. So.
Oh, no. There's only so much one person can do.
That's right.
But yeah, definitely. Like I said, even if this isn't, the time for you to be adopting a pet, as always, like, share, subscribe, get the word out there, get more eyes on these pets so that it can go a long way to helping them find a new home. That's really kind of a huge boon as well.
Even if you aren't, like you said, ready to adopt right now, or in a situation where you can make a choice to have a dog or a cat, just coming out to the shelter and spending time with them, volunteering to come out and socialize them and be a lap to hug on, and that means a lot to the dogs. And also encourage your friends, your families, your neighbors to adopt if they're thinking about getting a pet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adopt, don't shop.
Yeah, exactly. And, supporting puppy mills is definitely something you don't want to be doing.
Right.
And, of course, the easiest way is pop on out there at the shelter just past Tower. They're out on Tower Road just over the Lemoyne River. There's a building with a cat and a dog on it. You cannot miss it. If you miss it, you might want to also swing by the optometrist a little later on.
Yeah, or just be more alert looking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, go out there, spend some time. I also know this Humane Society's getting closer and closer to the ultimate goal of establishing a new shelter.
We're working really hard with it. We still have quite a ways to go. Construction costs have gone up considerably since we started the building campaign. It's kind of shocking when you start looking into it, but we've been very appreciative of the support of the community and the various organizations like Wine Cellars, who've done Play It Forward for us 3 years in a row in September, and some other groups that make us their cause. So it's really nice. We had Casino Night, of course, in 1st of March, which was solely for the shelter campaign, and we were really happy to make $60,000 with that, which was really nice. So between the first year of that and the second year, we raised $100,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it sounds like it's been going really well. I think last I had talked to Lars about that, it's at something up over the 500,000 mark.
We're over 6,000 now, which is really nice.
Yeah, so definitely closing in on the goal.
Well,
a ways to go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you keep moving the goal line.
Unfortunately.
It's it makes it a little bit harder, but keep at it. And if you want to help the shelter pets in the meanwhile, of course, material donations, cleaning supplies, cat litter, dog food, cat food, all of the above will go a long way in helping. And if you can't do that, again, donating your time, volunteering out there to just spend some time with the animals or maybe do some cleaning, it goes a long way into helping them out.
Yeah. And I think whenever you're talking with people about adopting, making sure that they understand that it's important to find a dog or a cat that really matches your personality, your situation. So many times people think puppies or kittens are so cute.
Sure.
But they don't stay at that stage so long, and then they become toddlers or teenagers, and it's a whole different ball game. So
Oh, yeah, well-
sometimes adult dogs are much better than puppies.
Well, yeah, especially you get the ones that have, been through the ropes with people and know that, sometimes it's just nicer to relax.
Yeah, yeah.
And puppies, they're fun, but when they get older, they still got that energy, and it can be a bit overwhelming for some people.
Yeah, and I don't want to say don't think about puppies, because we certainly have a number of them.
Sure.
But just be ready for what it takes to have a puppy. And training is such a critical component of that.
Absolutely understand what you're signing up for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like having a kid all over again.
And if you've never had a kid, it's even more of a shock, maybe.
Yeah, that's quite a sharp turn. But yeah,
Very good.
But yeah, no, definitely looking to giving Piper here a home. If if he's not your guy, that's okay. There's lots of animals for adoption. We're going to be spotlighting one every week, so stay tuned.
Absolutely.
And share these posts.
And I do have to say, I think Piper would be a great family dog. And if you have other dogs, he'd be great. And when we had him at Raritan State Bank last week in Bushnell, we had a couple cats there as well, and they were roaming around, didn't face him a bit. So I'd be comfortable with him being with family's cats. So he's just a good boy.
Absolutely. All right. Well, once again, thanks so much for stopping out, and we'll look forward to seeing who comes in next week.
Okay, I'm not sure who. Probably a cat. Probably Amy with a cat.
Well, as long as we try to keep the balance a little even, not too much favoritism.
We try.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Okay, thank you. We got slobber all over your chair.